All right, another edition of Riding Home here. Dean Legge and Dylan Weber. Dylan had a chance to go to Philadelphia to do some reporting on DeAndre Swift, one of the top running backs in the country for 2019. Certainly an NFL prospect. And, the big thing, Dylan, in your reporting, of which we've only seen a little bit of it so far, is that DeAndre's been dealing with an injury for some time now, and I think everybody knew that. I don't know that they knew sort of completely what he was dealing with. What did you find out in Philadelphia?
Well, yeah, that was the big thing. I mean, everyone knew he had an injury, especially to his groin. I mean, I think he said as much. I think Kirby even said as much. But it never really was talked about to what extent and how long it had been there. I learned there, I think everyone knew he had surgery at one point, but I don't know if it was ever really officially out there that he had surgery on the groin to repair it only 4 days after that national championship game. But one of the biggest things was that they had discovered that injury before that season, before his freshman year. They had learned going into it that he was going to need that groin surgery at one point. They just didn't know exactly when. But if he had gotten it before that season, it would have surely ended his freshman year. He would have redshirted, and his first year would have been 2018. So instead, they went with injections, and he was able to play through the injury and play to a high level. He played really well his freshman year as that third back, and so the injections helped him then. But yeah, the surgery lingered for a long time, all the way through his sophomore year, and we're really now just getting to the point where he's kind of getting through it.
The recovery from the surgery, right? I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
so. What in talking with folks around DeAndre, does it seem now like they're as excited as they have been to see what he can do? I mean, for lack of a better term, the money's on the table this year. This could be a very big year for DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, I mean, talking to his dad, he was very candid about it. He was like, I mean, think about it. He was like, we haven't seen DeAndre at 100% since he said maybe really his junior year in high school. And so he's obviously really excited. I mean, and he thinks that he's now getting over this completely and should be healthy for this season. And I mean, yeah, they know what's on the line here. They know that, a lot of people have him listed as a first round pick right now, but if the injuries continue, that's going to hurt him in that regard. But with what they see right now, what they're seeing from him in this offseason, I mean, they think he's ready to go.
The interesting thing, too, about DeAndre is he's not had to deal, backs at Georgia, Alabama, they have shared the load. So DeAndre has not had to do a bunch of heavy lifting the entire time that he's been at Georgia. But he has been deadly at times. You can ask Auburn about DeAndre Swift if you'd like. He wrapped up Georgia's 2017 conference championship with that long run, and then too, his performance against Kentucky in 2018,
and then Auburn again.
He really punished Auburn, and he's just the type of back that he is. He's a home run hitter, man. I mean, he can really kill you in the open field, and you see that with Georgia getting him. It's going to be interesting with Coley as the offensive coordinator now. Just what will they do with DeAndre coming into a season where they think, hey, this guy is actually completely healthy for the first time in a long time, and in fact, the first time at Georgia. What's that going to mean for him and his production this fall?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, he is a home run hitter. I think the key is you just have to get him in the open field, get him in those one-on-one situations, and anything at that point can happen. He has that elusivity to him. The spin move, the stanky leg, if you will. I mean, it's so hard to take him down one-on-one. Even though he's not the biggest guy, he's not going to run over people, but he's just going to send people flying around him and change direction so quickly that no one else can keep up with him.
He's an elite running back. Dylan, you've got a lot more coming over at Dog Post about DeAndre and your time that you spent in Philadelphia. Any other stuff that people should be expecting later this year as it relates to DeAndre and your reporting?
Not really. I mean, we talked about the workload that he had. It probably will increase this year with the loss of Holyfield. I mean, with that, we'll see the increase in Harrion too. But yeah, like you said, I think Coley's gonna be an interesting fit here. I think they're going to really try to find him on swing routes and outside the tackles, really, because that's where he's deadliest.
Okay, Dylan, appreciate you taking the time today. If you've not read Dylan's article yet, if you're on YouTube, you can click below. It is linked. It is a premium article. These things cost money. Flying to Philadelphia is not cheap, although the food was good, right?
Delicious, absolutely delicious. You know, on Philly cheesesteaks, a traditional Philly cheesesteak, they use Cheese Whiz.
I did know that. It doesn't sound good, but I think it works.
It doesn't sound good, but it's damn good.
So go over to Dog Post to check out more. We will have a lot more on DeAndre Swift. This was just a story that we felt like needed to be pushed out in the middle of the summer. This Swift story will run later in the year, I think. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
before the Notre Dame game, I think that week.
And then we've got some stuff on Jake Fromm coming up, Sam Pittman. We've got a lot of stories that we're working on. Go over to dogpost.com for the DeAndre Swift story. If you're listening on iTunes, go to dogpost.com. Everywhere else, it's linked below. So check it out if you're on Facebook or Instagram. We appreciate it, Dylan. Thanks for your time today.
No worries.